All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About Lego. I'm your host, Jason Brown. I'm back. Been gone for a bit. Good to see you, Andrew. Let's talk about it. Well, I mean, co-host, obviously, Andrew. You're the one putting this together. So,
co-host. You need to watch it with throwing around the co in there, okay?
Hey, man, it started on my Instagram.
I'm the showrunner.
You were... All right. Fair enough.
Right.
How about we do this? I'll be the host and you be the sponsor. There you go. Sponsored by the Brick Stop or
I guess so. Shop. Yeah, that might work. So Jason, please let everybody know how everything's going in your life. Obviously, we all know that you are moving, and you're back here. I'm hoping that you're back now consistently.
Yeah.
So we can move forward here.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be doing this again weekly like we were before. Yeah, we just had a long move, lots of not really complications, I guess. It's you got so much Lego, and then you got a whole family living in a house, and just moving all that takes time. And yeah, so we've just been doing that, but we're settled in pretty much now. Still setting up internet and stuff like that. So I'll be doing the lives and things at a friend's house for now. He set me up with this nice little studio area, so we can do that here. I got my little Magisto, courtesy of the Monarch shop. Check it out. Go buy some stuff. I brought my hat for the first episode. It's actually really hot in here, so I'm going to take that off. But I thought I would, since we're doing nostalgia. I mean, I started all my content with this hat, so it had to come with me.
When we stopped our live, it was winter. Now it's summer.
So now we're taking the traditional hat off. Yeah. Summertime, spring, I guess technically, but summer. It's been raining for like 4 weeks over here. So. But yeah, it's really fun. I'm excited to be back. And then we'll be working on the studio, getting things looking a little better as we progress with all of this again. So, yeah, we had to make it happen. There's too much going on not to talk about it. So
right, yeah, I know. I mean, we'll be doing that here hopefully before the end of the year. We're working on perfecting the property before we build. So I've got guys out with like tree grinders and apparently I found this patch of heavy duty briars, and it's like all over the front yard, like flatten your tire on your tractor kind of briars. So they had to be all grinded down to the dirt and mowed over 4 or 5 times, and so we're prepping.
For sure.
But I know that that's going to be kind of a pain to do all that, but it should be fairly smooth. So awesome. I'm not too worried about it. I'll probably be out. Maybe I'll be out one week.
Oh, okay.
But you know me, I even do it when I'm on vacation.
I know.
On vacation. So.
Yeah, we try. I'm glad you were able to do a couple with. Who was the guest? He was actually really awesome.
Troubles Bricking.
Yeah, you did some really in-depth space stuff, which was cool to see. I was able to.
Yeah, we did. Troubles Bricking is a super huge fan of the classic space.
Yeah,
and I felt like he would be a good person to have on, because he just, I don't know, he knows a whole lot. He knows a whole lot more about the classic space stuff than I do.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to understand it, but like I was just so into Castle at that time that space didn't even exist to me, really.
Yeah, I mean, especially as kids, you have to kind of focus on one or two things because there's just too many things. So
yeah,
and I think kids might have as younger people, we might have more singular focus on a certain thing, as opposed to adults who are like, oh, I like this and that and everything, and I want to collect everything. So
right,
at least that's kind of how I am now, and it can be tricky. So
well, we got quite a bit of people in here. I'm just going to briefly run through the comments. Andrew Alburn is in saying, "What's up? Let's go.
Good to see you."
James Westman, missed you too, man.
Yeah, we missed this. I mean, yeah, I tried to get back on here as soon as I could. It was
Lego Dan is in. Stefan Moon, moving awesome. Sucks. Lego room is nearly finished.
Yeah, I mean, moving Lego is no joke.
Today, Brickspace 9. Insert Anakin liar meme at Brick Monarch saying it's summer. Oh yeah. I mean, it's kind of summer. When I walk out the door, there's like bugs everywhere.
Here, I'll pull the Vaughn.
Summer,
You're just
bro.
not open-minded.
Right?
That's what he
Lego
said.
Den, what does the house cost out there? Lego Den, where are you from? I'm just curious.
What does it cost out here? I didn't buy a house. Oh no, we did a whole situation. We're out on our parents' land right now. Houses here, low end, $400,000-$500,000, low end.
Premium house built from ground up, same cost here in Tennessee.
Okay. No, these are like 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1-level houses. $500,000.
Out here in Tennessee, I can build 7,000 square feet indoors for 500,000.
Yeah, when I say low end, I mean like mid-low market. Yeah, anything bigger than that, we're pushing $700,000-$800,000.
Which is ridiculous. That's just
it's stupid. Like $500,000.
We all know what a 2x4 costs. Okay.
Yeah. I know.
Where's the money go?
And I can build most of a house. I used to do contractor work and stuff.
Yeah,
but
I knew that.
Up in Washington, man, it's not the place to build or really buy these days.
I think everybody we've all heard that.
Yeah. Lego Composer, good to see you. Yeah, he was hyped. I've been talking to him a little bit. So
Steve is in.
Yeah.
Good evening.
All right.
I've been out of the loop, for a bit, but I'm back. Yeah, Steve, we took kind of a 3-week hiatus. I did 2 videos with Dana, and then I was just like, well, I got busy. Spring happened, and I just got slammed with work. So
I've been out for 5, but you did the 2, so 2 weeks with the troubles bricking. So yeah, good to see you, Steve. We've all been kind of out of the loop. It feels like we're all getting back into it though.
Yeah, Lego Den's in Toronto.
Okay.
Man, I don't want to get into that. Canada,
we love our Canadian brothers.
It's not that I don't love our Canadian brothers, right? I feel their pain right now.
Sure, yeah. What was Judah saying? Sorry,
he was asking about the El Dorado Fortress. So we'll be
talking about that.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that shortly. Here, just give me a minute here. I want to get through everybody. I want to let everybody know that I love everybody. Okay.
Absolutely. Let's say hey.
Here, wait a second. Painting with Jim. Restored Redcoats. Good evening, dudes. Glad to be catching alive after smashing through all of the reruns.
Wow.
Looking forward to the show. Yeah, man.
Appreciate that.
I think he messaged me and he was like, when are you guys coming back? Because I'm watching reruns and I'm like, man, we're coming. I was trying to be patient and wait for you to be comfortable to get back on and be able to do the live.
Yeah, I feel it.
I didn't want to go down this long trail of having a whole bunch of different people in here and changing the metric. You know what I mean? I
feel it. Yeah, I get that. I know we were talking about trying to have some guests in while I'm out, and you did a couple, and that's fine. So it's good to be back, guys. I don't plan on moving again until I'm moving into a house I plan to be at for a very long time. So
yeah, James Weston said, you heard it here first. Brick Monarch can build. Yeah, I can build, actually, my friend. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you guys a raw photo of the castle sitting on the table where it's actually being constructed. It doesn't show much, but it just shows you the scale.
Yeah, and it might be I might be the only one who's seen this outside of
yeah, I mean, I think maybe Jordan has maybe seen a shot or two of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's about it.
Yeah, so this is exclusive footage, guys. So make sure to drop a like in the comments.
I will show that a little bit later. We got to get through some of these hot topics though right now.
Yeah, let's bust it out. So we're kind of talking about news. We're talking about leaks. First one up is the El Dorado Fortress.
Yeah. So what do you think about this, Jason?
I mean, it's insane. Now, we got to take a couple of these with a grain of salt, as they are technically not confirmed by Lego, but they have been confirmed by pretty much the most trustworthy leak pages that are out there.
A lot of good sources.
Yeah. So big time. I mean, they're all but confirmed, if you will. And this is crazy. Just due to the nature of red coats, blue coats, the imperialism and all that. I did not actually think we were going to see any more of the British side or the colonist side of pirates at all. So the fact this is potentially on the table is insane, and I am extremely excited about this. This is up there, man. So
yeah, I'll be honest with you. I got this set the same year as I got the Barracuda.
Nice.
They both came out in '89.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was '89. I had both. I love this build, the original build.
Mm.
My only pet peeve on this is going to be if the window holes around the wall aren't the same shape, it's going to ruin the whole thing.
I see what you're saying.
You know, the little with the V, the V with the little, because I always thought that was just, that was so cool. And that was like the settlers, like, you know, MO
trademark
for like wall construction. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's a very simple, elegant kind of solution because like they didn't have as many, you know, types of bricks back then. So they combined these in a really great little way. Yeah. So I agree. If they don't put at least, you know, maybe some above the gate or something, at least a reference to those windows. Yeah. They're going to miss out on an opportunity there for sure.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, overall, I'm pretty excited about this. I'm not real big into pirate and I have no intention of recollecting classic pirate stuff, but I do have Barracuda Bay.
Yep.
And I'm going to have the El Dorado to sit next to it, just simply because they both came out in '89 originally.
Yeah.
And the new ones a year or two apart, no big deal. If you got one, you got to have the other.
Period. Sure. It is the perfect, I would say, you know, even excluding the Trading Post and the other ones, this is by far the most complimentary to Barracuda Bay. It's the perfect one to go. If you're going to do another one, this is the one you have to do. So yeah, this is one I got. My wife bought it for our wedding. She bought it used, but it did come with the box. So
nice.
Yeah, so I didn't get it till, you know, a few years back. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they treat it. You know, I know we had our issues with the castle when they came out with the big Lion Knights castle. We had some issues with that, and it'll be really interesting.
Well, they completely botched that. That's why.
Well, so that's why we're kind of like, at least I'm curious to see how they handle this.
To give Lego credit, you know, they killed it with the Barracuda Bay.
Yeah, and maybe they're just better at building pirate stuff. I don't know.
Well, that's unfortunate because Castle came before pirate.
Yeah, and space. And they did, they killed it with space, I'd say. The two retro space sets. So
yeah, those were both phenomenal. I've got 5 of the Blacktron Cruiser now.
And yeah, right. You got a little fleet going.
Yeah, I had to.
So I guess we got to give them a little credit for hitting 3 out of 4 out of the park.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed for this, that it is a really phenomenal throwback.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be about the same shape. It's gonna have to have the ramp. I mean, there's a lot of things that they're gonna have for it to hit that nostalgia button the way we want it to. And people in the comments, Andrew Allburn specifically said it's going to take a lot of parts to recreate the raised base plate look.
Yeah, well, it depends. It really, I mean, they could do some burps and some ramp hinge stuff. I've done this, and it did take a lot of parts to make it look nice. So that's an issue. Yeah, trying to clean it up and make it look nice with those angles and stuff can be very difficult. I've seen people's solutions, brick built solutions, and they are pretty brick heavy. So I think you're right. It's going to be tricky to get that. But Lego can think outside the box sometimes, and I'm excited to see what they're going to come up with for this.
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember. I think that there's been some part numbers listed. It actually has a set number. I've seen a set number officially, yes. And I want to say it was like just over 2,500 parts.
Yep. Yeah, no minifig count yet, but it's like around 25. No minifig count yet,
but they are saying that it should be a similar count in minifigs.
And
so I'm not sure what to expect yet. It's kind of open ended at this point.
Yeah, price was floating at around $250-ish, I think. So
yeah,
so close to part count, 10 cents a part kind of thing going there. So
yeah, not bad. It's not bad.
It's not terrible. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, quite surprising news, to be honest. I did not see that one.
Yeah, it is surprising news. In comparison, just looking at the original Barracuda and the Barracuda Bay Barracuda, they're so close. And so, I mean, they're really close in design. I think the Barracuda Bay is a little short, but it's a little bit more accurate as far as a galleon ship build.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah.
But man, if we could get maybe another 12 to 14 studs in the middle.
Sure.
Of that, the angled white going in.
Yep.
I think it would be phenomenal. Like overall,
Yeah.
I mean, it would even feel the same as the original.
Yeah, it's interesting. They were able to. Yeah, this seems like a little shorter, but it's able to fit those extra cannon in there, isn't it? Is there an extra, or what does the original have? Just 2 ports, 3?
Yeah, it has 2 ports,
Okay.
2 on each side.
Okay, so they were able to put 4, which I appreciate. The more the better. These ships. That was the thing with all the pirate ships. They never had even close to the cannon count that any of these would have. And again, I mean, Lego pirate ships in general, the biggest one they had would be like a tiny schooner back in the day, like considering the size of these that they actually were back then. So,
yeah.
But it's a perfect representation of what these kind of looked like.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is a nice comparison. So kind of looking at how they captured the nostalgia and the old look, it really translated extremely well into the new parts usage and all of that. And so hopefully we can see them doing the exact same thing with, what's the fort called? El Dorado Fortress. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm excited about it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. We haven't got any dates or anything.
No, but there, like, I think you're right. There was a set number. So
yeah, I am excited to see when that's going to come out.
Yeah, for sure.
We've got a couple of comments. I can't get to everybody's comments. The comments are kind of out of control right at the moment.
Drop them up there.
Okay, well, we'll spend 20 minutes going through them. Jason.
Well, don't drop them all up there.
We can't do every single one, right?
We try to get them when we can.
Kind Crusader. The only problem of mine is where it uses the tan color instead of yellow. I don't really like tan.
Tan is not great all the time.
Tan is terrible. The original tan color is awful. Yeah, I hate it.
I'm not a huge fan of tan personally, but I don't hate it.
Steve is saying it's nice to see Lego going back to its roots every once in a while. Yeah, Steve, we probably couldn't agree with you anymore. I mean, you don't have to like bring it back a full theme, but you could. Okay, yeah, you could. Let me rephrase that. You could do a whole theme, but the classic collector is going to be okay with getting 2 or 3 classics a year.
Yeah, I would like them to move out of the GWP and put them in smaller kits that you can afford. But other than
that would be cool. I wish that they just take Star Wars and just burn it. Okay, and just bring back.
I'm not a huge fan of the modern Star Wars stuff. Obviously, you've seen my last few builds have been in more of the vintage Star Wars stuff. So I do have certain love for certain parts of Star Wars, but I'm with you on the modern stuff. I don't care. I couldn't care less if Star Wars just kind of walked away.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is like the Star Wars movies themselves are plummeting in sales. So I'm not sure how long that contract is going to last.
The TV shows are starting to kind of fall off.
I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that they just stop making money. And then Lego's like, well, nobody's going to buy this anymore. They're going to have to be the classics like the X-Wing, the TIE Fighter, the Death Star. They're going to have to stay in that realm.
Which they've been doing already, and people have 10 of everything now.
Yeah, so. And like the AT-AT and stuff like that. If they stay with stuff like that, I think they'll stick around for a while.
Yeah. What does Lego Creator call it? The walking robot dog. He likes pissing everyone off, calling it the robot dog.
Right. Yeah. So that'd be great.
I'd rather see Marvel and DC jump along with Mario before Star Wars personally, but. Yeah, I'm with you on getting rid of some of these licenses and putting back.
Yeah, the licenses are getting old.
Yeah.
Although,
speaking of licenses,
this is so great.
Yeah, these are pretty cool. And I will say, just off the top, Disney minifigs and the minifig scale and not the mini doll, that's the way they should have gone from the beginning. I think it's the way they might start going because you're starting to see that a little bit in some of the kits. That's the way to do it. These actually ring true to me, not those mini doll princesses.
Yeah, the princesses can go anytime.
I mean, do the princesses in the minifig scale. Look at is that Snow White, right? Or Sleeping Beauty?
What?
I can't remember. Which one is it?
Which one are you talking about?
The pink one. Who's that?
Oh, I think that's Sleeping Beauty.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's Aurora.
Great. She looks fantastic here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Evil Queen.
Evil Queen looks great too.
Mickey from Fantasia is fantastic.
Dude, yeah.
But the number ones in here for me are Robin Hood,
obviously.
Yeah, and Prince John.
Yeah.
Because with those two characters, you can create the scene where Robin Hood has got the gold bags across the castle. Right. And I mean, every time we talk about Forstman, we got to bring up the classic Robin Hood movie, because the classic Robin Hood Disney movie was the movie that we watched as kids while we were playing with the Forstman sets.
Yeah. Yeah. And no, I showed my wife the Robin Hood and Prince John, or King John, I guess in this. But
Prince John.
Is he still the prince?
He's always been the prince.
That's true. I guess that's true.
He's the leftovers from Richard.
I mean, in history, he was king for a while, right?
Not in our fairy tale.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So Prince John. Yeah. So Robin Hood and Prince John. Yeah, she saw these minifigs and she's like, "Oh yeah, these are a must for sure." So
all of them. Yeah. I mean, I can't remember what the queen is called from Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, the Queen of Hearts. Yeah.
Queen of Hearts. Yeah. Fantastic minifig.
Yeah, I really like that one as well.
I mean, the new new Indiana Jones sets, there's a car. There's a car in the small one, a car in an airplane.
Yep.
Which the airplane looks like it's something from like World War II.
Yep.
And the car looks around the same era. Well, I mean, if you modify some colors on that car and you throw Cruella de Vil in that car,
nice.
You've got yourself something. And then you've got the Dalmatian dog from all the fireman sets, right?
Right.
So you can really create like this whole like vintage London look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With Cruella de Vil in the car and the whole bit, which is pretty awesome.
I agree. Yeah, no, that's actually fun. And I like Pocahontas. That's pretty sick. She's in here too. So you get some more Native American stuff, which is always great for anyone who likes the Wild West and all of that stuff. That's fun to see that.
Jason with all of his inclusivity stuff going on here.
I'm just saying, like, it's nice to see. So
I like the cricket in Pinocchio.
Yeah, the cricket in Pinocchio is fun. I don't really care for Baymax, although the movie's fun, but it's not my, like, I don't care about the minifig as much.
No. I mean, there's a couple in here. There's a couple of them in here that I could just do without completely.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's kind of with any series. I'm not that interested in some of them, but this is a solid Disney series. You know, I'm not as big in the Disney stuff as you are actually. But I see a lot to appreciate in this one. I think this one hits home pretty hard, and for castle fans in general too. There's lots of crowns and hair pieces with crowns and different torsos and things that can be used in castle building.
Yeah, I mean, look at that crown on the evil queen. I mean, that looks like it's a whole new piece.
That's phenomenal. Yeah. So there's plenty to love here from Castle's standpoint as well as a Disney standpoint.
And then side note, the new Disney Castle, which is going to be $50 more than the original. I don't know if it's got more parts, but it's supposed to come out this year too.
Like the big one.
The big one, and it's supposed to have like 20-something minifigs. So there's going to be a whole slew of Disney minifigs that come with that, and they're going to be dressed differently.
And I assume they're going to be figs, not mini dolls.
Figs, yeah. Because they can't sell a $400 set with mini dolls. I mean, people will shit all over that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen. Yeah. No. Well, we already saw, what is it, the little train with Peter Pan and Captain Hook and all of them.
That's terrible.
Set. Yeah, but it has minifigs in it.
It does have minifigs.
That's why it's not as terrible.
It is for the piece count and the cost.
Oh, is it? I didn't see the cost.
It's absolutely awful. It's like $50.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little bad.
I mean, the figs are probably worth it, but I've already got a Peter Pan.
Yeah, I don't know if I do, but I think I have a Captain Hook from the first series.
Yeah, I've got Hook and Pan.
Yeah, okay. I think I do as well, but yeah, fun stuff here. Pinocchio. Mulan has I think she's got the dragon in that little box. I can't remember. I know that one of the figs she doesn't come with the dragon. I thought this one she did though. So.
Well, I mean, fun. I personally like the mirror with the evil queen too. That's pretty dope. The
mirror's cool. The top hat with the little skull and crossbones is a fun part too.
But nice, we really need a Snow White minifig. And the dwarves, like if they're gonna do the evil queen, I know that there's been whispers of the dwarf house with Snow White as a minifig.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can kind of close that down because we can always throw any kind of hunter in there.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, like you could build that hunter.
Right.
No problem.
Fairly standard parts for that.
Yeah. All right. So getting away from Disney, let's jump in here and talk about the Dungeons and Dragons. Do we know when this is supposed to release yet? Is it supposed to be the end of this year or beginning of next year?
I would assume it's going to be closer to beginning of next year. That's completely just a guess. But because it went into the Lego set grinder, right? So they've chosen their design. Now they got to break this thing down and rebuild it the way they want it, right? So take out all the fun stuff. No. So we'll see what they do with it. But yeah, I think it's going to take a while for them to finally get this one out in set form for sure. But
yeah, when I was doing the research on this, the dragon build is very good.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I guess I should have assumed it came off the tower and everything. But like looking at it free like that, that is an impressive dragon.
Yeah, brick built. Yeah, it's
very
damn
nice.
Good. It's damn good.
Yeah. No, this is So tonight we're kind of covering leaks and things, but it's mostly in the vein of stuff that we're interested in. So the castles, the D&D, the pirate stuff. So we're
if you were expecting Star Wars news, you're on the wrong channel, bro.
Yeah, we're sticking to our bread and butter on this channel for the most part, which really is rooted in castles. So that's why we're bringing up this again. But yeah, I love that inn nestled in the rock.
I mean, so
it's beautiful.
So we have some context. This is the winner. This is the build winner for the challenge. So we're going to be expecting something similar to this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the movie itself, I don't know about the movie. Okay.
I didn't see
Number one, I don't really like some of the main characters, so that's going to rub me the wrong way. I'm going to have a shitty taste in my mouth before we even hit play. Right. But the fact that it's more of a comedy than the serious Dungeons and Dragons gameplay.
Sure.
I think is also going to rub me the wrong way, as well as some of the actual fans.
Well, yeah, I don't know much as far as the movie and how it's being received and not, but I do believe, from my understanding, that this Lego set isn't necessarily based on the movie or going to be featuring the characters from the movie.
I know that. I know that.
Okay.
I know that. But
you're just talking in general.
Yeah, I'm just talking in general because it's in the news and it's getting ready to release. Like it's technically on early release on Amazon right now.
I think it's hit our theaters already.
Yeah, you can purchase it, but you're not going to be able to see it for a couple weeks because it's not quite out yet.
I think it's out here now.
We checked on it the other night and it wasn't. So
really,
I was trying to do some research on it before we, because I never played the game, right?
Sure.
I missed Dungeons and Dragons by a few years when it was extremely popular, but I did play like Heroes Quest, which was very similar. Gameplay.
Yeah.
You know, you're sitting at a table for 6 hours, and like
they're all built on the same.
You're done playing the game.
Pathfinder, they're all built on a similar engine, basically.
Yeah, it's the same concept, right? The card game with some plastic parts on the table, some dice, that kind of
some
thing.
Maps, whatever, quest things. Yeah.
I've
played it. Now, I guess technically it's more Pathfinder is what I've played, but I've played it off and on over the last couple years with a couple different groups of people, and I understand maybe going more of a comedy direction because you can go any direction. I guess that's the point of the game, is it depends on the players how they take it. So it can be a comedy or it can be a really serious epic. I've heard different things from different groups of people playing the game, so they decided to go comedy with it. Whatever. It looks a little dorky, to be honest. I'm not necessarily trying to go see the movie personally. But yeah, as far as this Lego set goes, as far as castle Lego fans are concerned, I think we're going to be seeing some pretty awesome stuff coming out of the D&D corner here. So
yeah, I mean, the build and the parts will probably be pretty impressive.
I think so. Yeah, it's going to be a little pricey because you're putting that dumb license on top of it being a castle.
Well, that dumb license is exactly why everybody calls the Dungeon Master's Castle the Black Knight's Castle.
Well, and it's also the dumb license is the only reason we have this castle coming out at all. So,
well, truth be told, we don't need it. Like, we have plenty of castle stuff we could redo.
No, but I like the look of this.
But it is cool.
Lion Knight's castle.
It is cool, and depending on the build and the piece count and the price, at the end of the day, will determine whether I get it. Do I need it? I don't know. If it's a phenomenal build, probably.
Yeah. I mean, if it's close to what we see here, it has potential to look much, much better than the Lion Knight's castle.
I mean, if to put things into perspective, I bought Rivendell on day 1, and I had a ticket, and I had to stand outside in the mall and wait for it to open, and I had to have a ticket to even get it. And it's in a box. It's still in the box, sitting up here on the shelf.
Yeah, Rivendell. That's true, because castle fans, you got that one as well. So we're getting some nice selection here coming out. Yes, the only issue is it's quite hefty on the spending side, but
probably
you're getting some really nice stuff. So you're looking at, you get what you pay for. It seems like with Rivendell. I mean, even Lion Knight's castle, you get a fat stack of bricks and a ton of minifigs. So, it's good to see them at all. We've been Dry Spell Castle for so long, just seeing anything.
I know anything in that world is a good direction, right?
Yes. So I'm excited to see this.
Speaking of castle,
yes, dude.
I know,
dude.
This could be like one of those cut your throat to get day 1.
Yeah. They better stack these up and make thousands of these.
I know,
because if they're hard to find or hard to get,
I love the fact that there was some morons out there. They all know who they are. That were posting pictures of the fire-breathing fortress along with this gimmick here of a classic Magisto set, similar to the GWP from the Forestman, which the only set from Magisto and the Dragon Masters that would be even close or comparable to the Forestman one is this set right here,
or the tower, I guess.
The Magic Shop was too small.
The Magic Shop was too small. The tower was too exclusive.
The tower was exclusive.
Like, it's good parts range, but like
this is it. This is it. It's the opening. It's the opening one. They can still use the 2 burps in the bottom, get away with the burps, but they can change the colors around. We're gonna get brown trees, hopefully, because all the trees were brown in the Dragon Masters.
Are they not on this?
I don't think. I think they're black on this, but in Dark Dragon's Den they were brown.
Yeah, and so
they were brown.
You're right. They were brown at least, and the little magic stump one. Was it called the Magic Shop one?
It's called the Magic Shop. Yeah, those were brown as well.
Those were brown as well. It doesn't look like they are on this, which
I can't remember, and I can't see in this photo. I think they're black on this one though.
They look black. They might be brown. Either way, I think the only I don't know that they would throw in a Dragon Master. They might jip us and put a Black Falcon in there because they already have one. Either way, it's still going to be cool, but they could put it all the way if they put that Dragon Master in there with.
Yeah, I had Crystal. I had Crystal grab mine. So this is kind of what I want to see right here.
Oh yeah, the printed guy.
Yeah,
that'd be fantastic. Yeah. So the Magisto fig, here's the thing. I'm not that excited about the Magisto figure because you can build him already, just like you did right there, and he looks fantastic. I'm really curious if it is the workshop, if it comes with a new minifig for the Dragon Master.
It should.
I'm not expecting to see the wings and the feathers, or even maybe not necessarily even the helmet, but I would like to see if they at least do maybe a shield and a torso. I don't know, man.
Well, they got to do something.
Yeah. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, this is a rumor. This is a leak of a gift with purchase, probably a crazy $190, $250 purchase. They always put them up there.
I heard it was $150 purchase.
Okay, that's not bad. That's a lot more reasonable than the Forestman one. Forestman was up there.
Yeah, it was like $250, I think.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, it was nuts. Like, I was like, I have to get it.
It was like $250, $300 for the Blacktron Cruiser.
Yeah, that was nuts.
I remember because I had to buy like the Nintendo Cube to like get it.
I think that one might have been the highest one recently. Was the Blacktron one for the price threshold to get it? This is why I'm like annoyed at these gift with purchases. I think it's cool you get free stuff, but like when you're doing stuff like this where the nostalgia, it's full nostalgia bait. So it's like and people, it is what it is. But what we got here?
I can't say this name. Uspez. That's what I want to say. Uspez.
Uspez. Yeah, Uspez.
I don't know. I'm an American. Just overlook me.
You can't use that excuse for not being able to read.
I can use that excuse. What if Magisto is solid blue, unprinted like the last Castle release? Yikes.
Yeah, that's rough. If there's no way, like, I will buy one and like hit it with a baseball bat if that's the case. Like, I don't know. Like, there's no way that you can release a Magisto gift with purchase and do him like you did in the Lion Knight's Castle. I could not even conceive that could happen.
I would even take the original Magisto with some print on the pants.
Yeah.
On the legs.
Yeah, for sure.
You could do the same belt with a little coin pouch and then some print on the legs, and maybe we do a black cloth cape versus the plastic cape.
Yeah,
I'd be fine. I'd be fine with that. Anything less is trash.
Yeah, I agree. No, I'll yeet that. I'll buy a specific one just to yeet if we get one without printing. I believe personally, I think they might be doing this just to make up for that, because that was one of the harshest criticisms of that whole set. People like blew that up all over the internet about how he was like supposed to be Magisto. There was no defining features.
No, none. He didn't even have the right beard.
He's just a blue guy.
He was a blue guy with a white beard, and they said, "Look, it's Magisto." No, it's not.
And he found a hat that looks like Magisto's. This guy's an imposter, bro.
He was an imposter. He was with the Lion Knights.
He was one of the most. Yeah, that's true. What the heck is he doing at the castle?
They screwed it all up. They screwed it all up. You saw the guys that designed it. They didn't have a clue of what they were doing. They didn't even own the original ones. They were like 15.
That's actually true. I forgot. Yeah, they didn't. They had never built or played with the original ones or something like that. Yeah, it was wild. Anyway, gift with purchase. Again, there's a rumor, but it's been confirmed by most of the most confirmable sites out there that
we're all keeping our fingers crossed for something great here.
Yeah. I mean, we got this and the Dorado Fortress. If you get lucky, which they'll probably space it just right so you don't get to do this, but if you got lucky, you buy the Dorado Fortress, get the Magisto gift with purchase.
That would be a hats off.
That's
off, to Lego.
Yeah.
For doing that. But they're gonna be like Dorado Fortress is gonna come with like a flower pot GWP, and then you're gonna have to buy something else to get the Magisto like 2 weeks later.
Yep. See, and no, I would feel seen by Lego if they released these at the same time.
Right.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. So I've got something too that I noticed on Lego's Instagram, and I'm sure some of these people have seen it.
Yeah.
Maybe some of you have. But they've been doing these. It's your birthday in the 90s or the 2000s.
Yeah.
And they're showing something specific. And this one caught my eye because I was having birthdays in the 90s and I was getting Lego.
Yeah.
But this one in particular shows the Deep Freeze Defender, the instructions cover or the box, plus the ship flying off in action.
Yeah.
Subliminally, this story shows 2 Deep Freeze Defender images, 2, which then simulates to me, hey, we're going to show you one image of it, and then we're going to show you a second image because we know that the second one's coming. So I'm thinking that maybe we get a remake of the Deep Freeze Defender sometime in the next two years or so.
So, yeah, I was curious when I saw this as well. Yeah, no, I'm on the same track with that. I'm not sure, but I believe they did something similar to that for the pirate one. I can't remember, but yeah, they've been doing a couple of these where they'd be showing like a castle from the 90s or like POV, it's this time, and they do exactly what we're looking at here. And yeah, I sent this to you a while back and was like, hey man, what do you think of this? And yeah, we kind of discussed it a little bit on the messages, but I don't know, man. If they're going anyway, if any, I guess if the recent way they've been going has any indication, it seems likely because they're kind of touching on pirates and space, and then back to, did a castle, and now they're going back to pirates, and now we're doing a Magisto, and now space. These are the core themes. City is already alive, so I don't know that we'll see much retro City stuff come out because
don't need City stuff.
It's already here. It didn't die like these other themes did.
And a fan favorite is the Deep Freeze Defender, and they know it.
Yeah. 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 This one was, I mean, this is the 90s. This is what we knew in the 90s. Was
no different than the Lion Castles.
Yeah.
And the Forestmen. Blacktron was very popular. Classic Space. Yeah. All of it.
Yeah. So this
Dorado Fortress. Black Seas Barracuda.
Exactly.
I mean, all these are touching on like legendary, legendary sales and nostalgia and fan favorites.
Yeah,
right? And that's the only reason we're getting any of them.
Yeah, it's true. And yeah, if you go to Lego now, they did one like a few days ago. It was the 2000s, and I don't remember the set down below, but it's another really iconic set from that era that they're showing. Like, it's your birthday. This is like what you would have gotten maybe in the 2000s. I just can't remember what set they put up there. But if you guys go there, you can check it out and see it for yourself on Lego's Instagram page. But yeah, it's a very, I'd say it's likely now. Like, I didn't want to say anything. Like, I was, you can look at the content we made, not even like 6 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, but like last year. We're all sitting there like, Lego's castle's dead. We're never seeing this again. Like, we're not, especially me. I was like, or the fact we got Rivendell, right? The reboot of Lord of the Rings, at least on some scale. We'll see if it goes any farther. Yeah. But like, no, I would have put real money saying Lego will never do a Lord of the Rings set again. And
yeah, you really could. You could go back through our archive of videos and see where we have discussed we don't think we're ever going to get Castle again.
Yeah, because it just didn't seem like something that was going to happen. Now, I didn't really see it coming back the way it's kind of coming back in these weird kind of exclusive, gift with purchases and these really large, which are really kind of cool that they're upscaling it to the nostalgia factor, right? So it's like, this still feels like it's kind of like how it felt like when we were kids, because they just made them so much bigger for the adults who had these sets as kids.
Right.
I understand why they're doing it. I'd be perfectly content to have another, consumer wave of 10, 15 sets in different price brackets, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, the fact that this is happening at all.
Lady said blacksmith shop. Yeah. So blacksmith shop, the 3-in-1 castle, Lion Castle, GWP Forestman. That's 4.
It seems like they're testing the market. Not to mention we got Castle in the Forest, which was technically produced by Lego, even though it was through the Brick program, the AFOL program. So yeah, man. I mean, I would say now I've kind of changed my perspective a little bit based on the information we've gotten over the last year and a half, that this is likely to see another retro space set be recreated by Lego, thrown right into the icons.
And what a phenomenal choice it would be to do something from the Ice Planet.
Perfect. It's perfect. Oh, can we talk
better
about
than any of the other ones?
Yeah, well, and it's interesting, because this, I mean, I don't know how they do. I don't remember. They would have to do it in the new trans orange, right? Because I think the neon has been retired.
Yeah, I think the neon orange has been retired, but
they can figure it out. It'll still be cool.
The new trans orange doesn't look bad.
No, it's not. It's not my. Obviously, I still love the original more, but like, as far as new colors, it's fine. I think they're also killing trans neon green. That one's going out. I got like rumors. I don't know. Did I mention that to you?
No, you
that
didn't.
Dude
that
just came down. RR Slugger did a video. They're killing it this year. It's gone.
Well, that sucks.
It has a
lot of big ideas for my rock graders.
Well, it had a really good run, and there's millions of parts that are really pretty readily available in that color. So at least we got a lot. But yeah, it seems like a dumb color to retire. It's an amazing color. So
it's dumb to retire any of the colors.
Well, maybe not some of those like terrible city colors they're coming out with. They can retire those.
Well, I mean, I can count like 15 different pinks and purples and blues that nobody needs.
They really are. Yeah, that is a color that, and this is no hate on the Lego friends or Lego pink or whatever. This is just practical speaking. Brown, green, grays, blacks, all of those types of colors, grays, dark greens and stuff like that can be built into a lot of different things. They can be built as bases, base plate, like terrain pieces. They can be buildings. They're versatile, really versatile, like the base colors are. But like, 10 shades of lavender and pink, you can't use them that well in more than just friends colored Barbie type houses and things like that. So, no, I'm fine with having a couple colors.
Don't get rid
like
of
that.
the boy colors from the 90s to bring in girl colors.
For the darn girl colors.
Yeah.
Well, and look, I'm a huge fan of Paradisa, so like I understand the place that fits into the Lego world perfectly well, and I'm not against any of those colors at all. But yeah, don't be getting rid of my trans neon green. What the heck?
Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing that you can't get the trans neon orange too. I mean, because Ice Planet was phenomenal with that, and that was like their MO was the trans neon orange.
Right. So yeah, I mean, those are some weird decisions, but it is what it is. Just I guess I don't know. I like.
Yeah. So Nick's Castle Bricks. Don't forget about the possible new medieval market village as well. Yeah, we didn't forget about that, but that's just a little far off still.
Yeah, and it was part of that wild like dump of set like released leaks.
Yeah, I mean, somebody got fired at Lego not too long ago because of all these leaks.
I feel like a few people got slashed through that one, so I don't know. I can't confirm that, but like I'm not. Yes, there is very likely going to be a large medieval market with goats and everything coming out at some point in the future, along with some really cool looking sets and potentially another Lord of the Rings one. But those are so far out, like you said, and they're so steeped in like, that I'm not super comfortable saying they're going to be happening. So
yeah, we'll wait and see on that, because I mean that was rumored for 2024, I think.
Right, and happily, I mean Rivendell was part of that big leak, the dump of all those images, and we did actually end up getting the Rivendell, so hopefully that's par for the course, and we do get all of the ones that we saw.
Lego's also been known to like say, well, you found out about it too early, so we'll just cancel it.
Yeah, or like somebody complained somewhere in some special interest group or something, and it's just like, nope, never mind, we're not doing that set. It's like, you got box art, you have it packed and ready to go, and you're calling
it's printed, they're already packed. Just ship them out. Shut up.
Like so they have been known to do that, so we're just gonna let those slide and see what happens when we see more official images.
Jose is saying trans neon orange is still being used on Ninjago sets. I don't think that's trans neon. I think that's just orange.
I thought I could have sworn that it was out. I really think it is.
If it was trans neon, I would have found it on Bricklink when I was doing my Ice Planet.
Because I can't find or when you use the Bricklink to the Bricklink studios, right? Lego the studio I build a lot of the digital stuff in. There's a definite cutoff in parts that you can find in trans neon orange, and it's like any new parts I can't find any of them.
It's very few.
It is very similar. Like all the flame pieces and stuff are all in transparent orange, and it's very similar to trans neon orange for sure.
Like I said, it's close. It's not.
Close.
It's close enough.
It is close enough. Just don't be mixing the two, because then it looks wacky.
It does look wacky. I hate it.
So,
Steve Moon said he'd love to see a tribute to the sea serpent. But if they did that, they'd have to bring the Black Knights, man.
Yeah. Where's my?
That'd be a whole ordeal. That'd be
I'm gonna have words with Lego if they start redoing these, but only throwing the same couple minifigs they came out with on them, right? Like, oh, they did the sea serpent, but it's black falcons, and then the two guys standing on the shore are forestmen. Oh, it's the Magisto shop with the knight in it is a lion knight. Like, you
can't do that.
You can't be doing that, man. Like, that's not okay. So I'd love to see it, because the sea serpent would be a perfect size for a gift with purchase as well.
Yeah. Lady Brick says it probably won't glow in a black light. Yeah, that none of the trans plastics glow under the black light like the trans neons did.
Right, and I think
that set the UFOs on like a whole nother level,
dude.
Of cool. Like, I mean, we're talking like late hippies, mid 90s.
Yeah,
lava lamps and black lights everywhere.
Yep, you got the trans neons just
been
flying.
there, done that.
I think we might be seeing pretty much the end of the neons in the trans bricks completely.
I don't know. I don't think that's right.
I don't agree with it at all. But
Take back your lavenders and give me the trans neons, right?
Anyway, interesting topic. Kind of off topic a little bit on this, but
moving
I guess
on.
A cool concept.
Let's talk about how only 5 people in America are going to get this one, besides who already has it. So here's a list of the 5 stores that had this minifig tribute here in the States as of 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Highest price is $4.99. Lowest price is $4.29. Obviously, they're all new and sealed.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on this, Jason? I mean, it's kind of disappointing that I can't get this. I'm not spending that kind of money on the set. That was a fail on Lego's behalf to not put this out to the public. The map size, I mean, I watched the designer and how the 2 designers that did it moved to Denmark, and it's got their map on where they came from to get to Copenhagen or whatever their story is. It's all crap. It's not even the right size.
The map's too small. I don't care that it's a different one because I like maps being different. So I get what they're saying. It's like the little map of Denmark or whatever. I think that's a fun little Easter egg. It looks similar to the original map, I guess. Not really. It's kind of
it's
colors are the same,
and it's the size of a 1x1 in comparison to his foot.
Yeah, so that's one of my biggest issues with it. Not necessarily what's on the map, because it's in the same color. It's got a little ship and everything on it. That's fine. Personally, I get that you're more, especially since you did the art for it, right? The original one, you got the wall panels and stuff for it. So yeah, I get the issue there with for you. Personally, me, don't care as much about that, but I do have, the map. The funny we're focusing in on this, but it's a valid point. That map is wonky to the scale of that figure.
Terrible.
The concept of this is gold. I don't know of any person like that is interested in this type of stuff that we're interested in, not wanting not only this guy but a Black Knight and maybe another pirate guy or a Paradisa fig or a bunch of these.
This in Denmark was a huge financial bad decision for Lego.
I mean, they don't care, unfortunately, because they make so many millions and trillions of dollars. But I agree. This thing, if they had done this one this year as a on the shelves in every country, straight like a Lego set, like you can buy, they could have released 2 more the next year and another one the next year. This is 100. They would have
been automatically a collector's theme for the next decade.
And it's 100 times better than Brickheads. It looks cooler. It has nostalgia factor. You could put in any minifigs you wanted. And collectors would absolutely go nuts over this. They would have them all up on their shelves, just like those stupid Star Wars helmets. And they could charge. Yeah, so I really don't. This is. I understand collecting a series of figs that look like that. I even understand. I know you've gotten some of the maxi figs from the maxi guys that do the big large figs, or big figs. I don't know what they're called, but. The big 3D printed replicas of the originals, kind of the same concept. Lego is
very much
sort of cashing in on that idea here, but then not, because they're throwing it under pretty much the most exclusive way you could market this ever, which is doing the Lego House exclusive sale. So I don't know. I know a couple people who kind of squeaked in and had a connection and was able to get one shipped to them and all that, but like I wasn't even going to bother. There's no way like I'm getting a hold of one of these. So
not for that price.
Yeah. I mean, and really, I guess I'd only need the map and the face and maybe the hat print. So I guess it's time for you to make some stickers, Andrew.
I mean, I can make some stickers, but
because the parts are pretty simple.
That's not the point, man. It's like, I want the instructions and I want the box and I want, I want the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. I would have taken 4 of these over like the Harry Potter and Hermione Granger brick built big fig, and I still have that set. I have that set in the box still.
Right. I
but
forgot. Those are
phenomenal.
This one's similar size, isn't it?
I think it's pretty much identical.
Okay, so they kind of already did it with Harry Potter. Yeah, so putting the Harry Potter ones in there, and then this one alongside it. Yeah, no, it's a really cool idea. Massive missed opportunity, in my opinion. Yeah. This should have been big time marketing on this one for everybody. But and normally I don't care about the Lego house sets. They're like the dorky dinosaurs or something like that. It's like they're cool or whatever, and it's fun to get something exclusive from there. But like this, come on, like this is obvious. Everyone wants something like this. I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's cool. right up our alley with the pirates and the castle and all that stuff.
Well, let's talk about this guy.
Yeah. I mean, so this is not news in the sense that it's been kind of known about for a while, but I think a lot of people kind of forgot about it. It's in the works and it's coming out pretty soon, I believe.
I think it's coming out before the end of this year.
So this is, it was a weird kind of Lego Ideas second chance with Target type promotional Lego's doing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a Viking set. So
it's
a
Viking set.
That's done. That's all you had to say.
So you got the Viking ship. This technically is my buddy's, not mine, but I got it back here because I wanted something fun back there. So the Viking set you can get from the creator line. It's a pretty nice little set.
I've got 2 of them.
Yeah, I think it's great. I really like it. And it'd be cool to have, a place for them to kind of call home. And this is it right here. And this is a set that will be released. It won't look exactly like this. Lego's touching it up like they do in their Magic Workshop. But it's a Target exclusive, so you guys have to find it in Target or buy it off somebody who has a Target next to them. But yeah, we just wanted to kind of refresh memories to remind people this is coming out. This is something, keep it in mind, keep the chat going about it because I think it's going to be a really cool set, and I'm excited to see something in this theme again.
Well, this plus the Viking CMF series that came out with the helmet piece. I know a lot of guys, a lot of collectors really kind of stacked those up.
Yeah.
When those came out, I only have 5 of them.
Yeah, you might have.
I do have the original Viking base with all the minifigs, plus several of the other Viking minifigs from the CMF series.
Nice.
And then I've got 2 of the ships. So.
Oh yeah,
I've got a good collection of Vikings for a display with the ships and this base. So I'm pretty excited to have this. It's going to be a display in my shop, 100%.
Cool. Yeah. You're definitely on the Viking and dwarves and that line of thought for sure. I mean,
100%.
You've been called a Viking multiple times, I believe.
I have, in this
live stream. So yeah. So I can totally see you going for that. Yeah, and you can pick up those helmets now, I think, from Bricklink or Pick a Brick online, the accurate ones without the horns, so you can swap those out on some of your figs and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to see this. I'm with you 100% on that as well. Putting up a little display, you got your ships and everything. It's nice to just see this again. I have the original fort as well, and all the original Viking sets, and they had some fun stuff going with them too. I think we did a talk about those.
We did a talk about it, and you were the only one with the box.
Yeah.
At the time, so I'm like drooling over the box art and whatnot. And then some guy messaged me and said, "Hey, I've got this. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Dude, hell yeah!" So I bought it, and I've got it right up here.
Nice. That's awesome. The box. That's awesome. Well. Yeah, it was one of the last times that Lego really did a flap. I think it might have been one of the last boxes, if not the last box that opened like that, and then had the whole layout, with the big world with all the ships and the Vikings and the forts and dragons and everything. So kind of one of the last times we saw art like that from Lego, at least on the boxes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an iconic box.
Well, there was one other thing. Obviously, we've got. Let's see what else. There's some the cool Jurassic Park stuff.
Yeah,
had come out from the classic. Now, I do like the sets that have recently come out from the original movie. However, the builds are extremely weak.
Yeah, I honestly the
Visitor Center is one of the most terrible sets I've seen in a long time.
I'm not gonna lie, that tree is rough with the Brachiosaurus.
I mean, if they did that Visitor Center correctly, that could have been a $400 set and people would have bought it.
Yeah,
no different than the big buildable T-Rex with the gates.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was done right, and everybody bought it.
Yeah, so these are sets that aren't released yet. I think they're probably, you can see them online though, right?
They might be coming soon, but I want to say that they were already out, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've seen all the pictures of them.
Yeah, so just in Lego news and like new sets and things getting released. Yeah, there is the Jurassic Park stuff that's coming out. Honestly, I like it better than Jurassic World stuff that was released. It's cool to see Brachiosaurus.
To people our age and my age group, right? I saw the original Jurassic Park before I could drive.
Sure. Yeah. Same.
Right? Yeah. Ellie Sattler, Dr. Grant, and Ian, and although those are all nostalgic to that whole franchise.
Totally.
Those are the people that people like me want to see. I've got nothing against the new guy. What's his name? I can't remember his name.
Oh, Grady, whatever Grady. What is Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt. I love Chris Pratt to death.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
He's great.
Right?
Yeah.
But and the movies were great, right? But Jurassic Park to me is Dr. Hammond.
Yep.
Alan Grant.
Yep.
Ellie Sattler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Murdoch. You know, the hunter, the raptor hunter.
Well, and come on. I mean, Jeff Goldblum. You got to have
Jeff Goldblum. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. So it's really cool to see them coming. When I saw
getting the figs from those sets would be great.
Yeah. When and I'm not gonna lie, I personally love the dinos, like all of the molded dinosaurs. I think they do a good job with that. They just didn't quite complement them with the kits that they come in. Like, I think you're right.
The little Jeep with the Dilophosaurus, it's pretty good.
I like that.
You know, and then the actual Ford Explorer, the official Jurassic Park Ford Explorer could have been better.
Yeah, I think that looks a lot better in that weird brick belt diorama one. I think they did a better job of the Jeep in that one. Yeah, the one that comes with the big brontosaurus or the brachiosaurus, whatever they call it. That one's rough. I don't know what's going on with it. It looks weird to me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it's not good.
But exciting to see the new dinos. Like you said, it's really cool to get those figures finally. I was hoping that's what they would have done like year one when they did Jurassic World. Like they did with Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. They came out at the same time, new one and old one. Kind of what they're doing with Indiana Jones. They're releasing old ones. They're probably going to release new ones for the new movie. It's been a long time since Jurassic World came out, and we just getting Jurassic Park Lego sets. So yeah. Anyway.
Speaking of Indiana Jones,
there it is. Yeah, no.
So these three sets have come out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like them.
Yeah, I think they're pretty nice. I don't love. I will say some of the minifigs I liked when they did it the first time more than these ones, but I do like the temple ones. The run and the Egyptian one.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I like all three. Okay, and here's why.
Yeah, you like
the golden idol.
Yeah.
You know what was that? The Temple of Doom or whatever? Was that the Temple of Doom?
Oh, the first one, Raiders of the Lost Ark was the
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah. The build on that is pretty cool, but it comes with that cool little movie panel in the middle with the name of the movie. All right, so that's like a shelf piece, 100%.
Yeah, I love that one.
I was a kid when I watched this. I mean, we're talking like 10, 12, 13 years old when I was watching Indiana Jones.
Okay, yeah.
And then what a great Egyptian temple.
Even if you're not a fan of Indiana Jones.
I would assume those parts are printed in there.
I'm not. I think some of them might be, and some of them might be stickers. But either way, this is a great set. Yeah. People were dumping on it also for whatever reason, but like look at this thing. This thing is a lot bigger, I think, than people realize. It's only $40.
Yeah.
Like that's nuts. And it comes with a mummy, like a skeletal mummy remains thing that
falls out of the wall. It's all different colors. It's different colors from all the other mummies that we've ever gotten before.
Yeah, no. So even just to get these Egyptian Anubis statues and the mummy, if you don't like Indiana Jones, you also get the snakes, which is fun, but there's lots of Lego snakes. But this set is great. Heck, you could probably modify it slightly, put it into your Johnny Thunder temple. Like, this set is great. Easily. I really, really like this set.
And then in the set above, you got Cruella de Vil's car.
Right. I know you had mentioned that. So the World War II, you're not wrong. This is actually a World War II. It's technically a Nazi German fighter plane.
Technically,
not to get into that too much, Lego, but
don't let anybody know. We'll take it off the shelf too quick.
I know. Well, yeah. I have the first one, which was even technically, I think it was technically better, although considered more offensive because the planes, it was just the two planes instead of the car, and it was the German fighter plane, the newer model, and then the one that they were in, the biplane, and it had the German Iron Cross on the wings, like printed on the wings and everything. It was pretty phenomenal for a Lego set, but I was surprised they did it at all. But yeah, I like this one. I would get all three personally, but I would say out of the three, it's my least favorite one. But I don't like vehicles. See, that's me. I like the set piece. I like the play pieces. I like the locations most, and then vehicles come second.
I like it. I like the fact that it comes with those 3 minifigs, and the fact that the fact that Sean Connery is dead, and that's him right there in that set.
Yeah,
and it's a nice print too. It's a really nice.
It's a good print. Yeah. And people were bringing up, oh well, the old one has a book printed in his pocket and everything, and he's carrying the book as a printed tile, which is cool. So
I was talking about the face.
No, yeah, I'm just saying as a minifigure in general, the face is fantastic. Now the print on the face for him is phenomenal. I really like the bad guy. I think he's a German guy. I think they're mostly Germans in these for the bad guys, but the bad guy from the Temple Run and the native guy. All the figures in the Temple Run are spot on, really nice. Actually, I like all of them except the German pilot from the plane. Oh, and I don't like the molded hairpiece on the hat. I don't like that at all. Yeah, that looks dumb. It's goofy looking. Like it is. The original it's not the fedora. What's it called? His hat, his cowboy type hat. I can't remember the name of it, but
I don't know.
The original hat without the hairpiece molded on the back looked great. That's all we needed. So, but dude, the features on this temple one, someone did a reel on Instagram showing the different features. Like when you pull the idol off, the thing actually like kind of falls apart on top. The doors pop open. You can swing the guy around on the whip. The boulder isn't fed by gravity. It's on a gear strip, so it spins extra fast when it's going down that loop or the little ramp. Looks really cool and animated. So I'd say they knocked it 10 out of 10 out of the park on the Temple Run here for sure. So yeah, Indiana Jones set's looking really nice. Hopefully we get a whole handful more.
Yeah, I'm considering it, but there's a few purchases ahead of this.
This is like
they'll be out for a while.
Yeah, this is like, well, we'd like Adventurers reboot, but I guess we can do these instead.
We can do these for a minute.
Now.
I'm not gonna get crazy and be like, oh my god, it's Indiana Jones, because I don't really care.
Yeah.
But these are nice. These are nice shelf pieces.
Absolutely. Yeah, and they did have a fourth one they potentially
canceled.
Yeah, we don't know why yet, or they released a statement that literally said nothing. That a bunch of the LAN Lego ambassadors read on their channels and stuff, and it was just like, it's a statement that literally says nothing. They don't tell you why they did it, but we don't know if it's coming out later or it's being reworked to be less concerning or whatever, because to be honest, it was the Temple of Doom. It was like where they were sacrificing people like in lava. That was the set.
Yeah, so that's probably why they canceled it.
That might have been why.
Those softies over there at Lego.
Hey, maybe not the human sacrifice Lego set. I don't know. But I don't really have too much to say on that one. We'll see what happens with it. But yeah, I like these. I think they did a solid run so far out of the Indiana Jones stuff. So
yeah, I think so. Well, I've got an image of the castle. I know
let's take a look.
Some of the people that follow our video wanted to see an update, and I've been super lazy about getting a video done. Okay. Even though I could probably squeeze one in. So I just figured I'd add a picture so that I can answer any questions if there are any. Yeah. This actually is not quite complete yet. There's one more section totaling about 45 studs deep. So it's still got another 1.5 feet to go, but this is the castle that I've been working on for a while.
Yeah, for a good year and a half.
About a year, yeah.
Yeah, getting up there, yeah. And it's even from this photo, it's hard to tell the scale, but I know you've given me a couple videos with you're kind of in them or showing me different parts, and it's incredible. Like this thing is insane. And there's a lot more to do on it. I know you're going to be building out some of the landscape and stuff, but just what you have already it's so cool, man. Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, I mean we're probably somewhere around $17,000 or $18,000 deep.
Well, you bought a lot of it. I mean, straight off of Bricklink and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously some of that cost is inflated because of Bricklink, but I mean, when you're in the middle of when you're building something like this, you can't wait 6 months for Lego to decide when they're going to send you parts. You need the parts so you can continue building.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So, but yeah, even if it is inflated, it's still, I mean, a good 10 grand or more, right?
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
So that's something to think about, guys, when you're thinking about, oh, I want to build a castle as big as my living room. Well, you know, unless you have
here's your cost.
buckets and buckets of mostly the same color, which is what it comes down to, you know. You're going to have some financial constraints there to put something like this together.
Yeah, and there's still even like a ton of other, you know, there's still a ton to this build yet to go. This tabletop is 9 foot long by 60 inches wide, so it's right at 5 feet. You know, across. So it's a lot. I mean, it's I want to say it's like 14, 16 by 16 plates wide. And then it's like 44 or something long.
Yeah. So how long roughly is it? Is it 8 or 6 feet or 8 feet long?
9 feet. Oh, the castle?
Yeah, the castle.
The castle, I think, is right around 7.5 feet long.
Got it. And I'm assuming almost up at the peak, it's got to be 5 feet. 4,
when I look at it, when I'm standing next to my table, I'm looking at that back tower.
Mm-hmm.
The crenellations on that back tower. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at those straight in, and I'm 6 foot tall.
Okay,
so the table is about 28 inches off the ground.
Oh, so it's almost 6 feet tall then.
Yeah, it's
okay.
I mean, standing next to it, it's taller than I am. So like on its table, it's well above 7 foot.
Nice, dude. Yeah, dude, this is gonna be cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see it in person. I plan to either come out and visit or see it at a convention. Either one, whichever one comes first, I guess. But
yeah, it's been a long process, and I can't get away. I can't get away from it. Like, it's the largest thing in this room.
Yeah, well, you can't. I mean, So, yeah, dude, it's exciting stuff. Like I said, I can't wait to see it in person. I've really enjoyed seeing it come together over this year. And once you start building out those woods and things around it, I know you got some fun plans. I'm not going to give away too much, but
yeah, I've got a lot of fun stuff planned ahead. Jason obviously has taken part in building some of the Bailey buildings, which will in details that will come. It is going to be the classic lions. That's why I've built the classic lion knights with the classic lion bardings, not the new one with the gold.
Right.
Because you can't see them. So I've kind of gone with that theme. Plus, you know, I've shown this a time or two with classics decals that match the original bardings. So these are hung throughout the castle.
Yep.
They'll be on all the horses and, you know, all the knights and everything. Big plans. Very expensive. Yeah. This is a very expensive hobby.
You take it to this level, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had to build something large enough and big enough to cram as much detail into it as possible and to win any event that I go to.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you're there, man. Yeah.
So if you come to a show when I have this done, you're not walking home with any kind of medal or prize or trophy or nothing because I'm taking them with me.
Well, luckily, the most conventions break the trophies up into themes and stuff like that. But yeah, there is the best of show and all of those that you're probably going to snag a few of for sure.
Probably.
Best of
well, I mean, we're like I think we're somewhere around 700,000 pieces right now.
That's insane. Yeah,
it is insane. And from here, it doesn't look like that.
Well, that's what I was trying. Yeah, like
but everybody doesn't really know what the overall purpose is for this castle, which is still not going to be disclosed. Yeah,
secrets to be revealed.
Behind the curtain. Yeah.
Cool. Do we have any comments? Let's cover a few comments before we sign off tonight. This has been super fun.
Well, let's see. They asked, Steve Moon asked what faction. It's going to be the Lion Knights, the original Lion Knight.
Okay. You were answering a few as we were talking.
Yeah, I was trying to. Looks amazing. Love the blue roof. It's like an updated Royal Knights castle, kind of.
Lions.
It's the same. It's also the same color scheme as the Falcons, the new Falcons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Will you use a mix of vintage Lion Knights figures and the new ones? Or will they all be new Lion prints? I'm actually using a mix of both because the original Lion is still the original Lion.
Right.
And that's kind of I'm using all the classic bardings and classic flags. I've custom printed those flags for that purpose, just because I wanted something that everyone can relate to, that's a simple castle build.
Right.
And that's why it doesn't look like that's why I don't have like 15,000 little sideways bricks and
Sure.
little dots and all that. I wanted to do it with brick.
Mm-hmm.
And I did some detail work, but when you're talking about a scale this size and strength, it has to be strong, because this is all built. These are built in, what is it? 32 stud sections.
Yeah.
Wide.
Well,
right?
yeah.
All the way down.
Once you start detailing it out, I know you wanted to keep a classic flair to it.
Yeah, that's why I chose the solid blue roof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now we both know that's not accurate, but for Lego, it's accurate for classic castle.
Right. Like
we know, because it was on the classic joust.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the Knight's Joust, the newer one. It was on the original Falcon Castle.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the brick built sloped roofs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and like you said, I've been working on some of the parts for some of the interior Baileys and stuff like that. And I've been kind of, they're mostly fairly updated looking buildings, but I've tried to keep some classic vibes with some of the little details and things that thrown in there. So, yeah.
Painting with Jim says it's definitely a rich boy hobby indeed. It is kind of. And Lady Bricks mentioned on my channel there are a couple of videos that I have created.
That's true.
Doing the startup on this.
Yeah.
You can't really see a whole lot. And I am going to get back into that. I'm just trying to get this last piece of the castle done, which is the back Bailey. And then after that, all of the terrain and all the other build stuff is going to be on video and video updates on weekly or bi-weekly basis on YouTube. So
sweet.
Should be fun.
Yeah.
Just trying to get through that last piece. I've got it working over here. That's about it.
Nice.
People are wanting to see it. So here it is. There's an image.
Looking nice, man.
That's all I got right now.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool to see once it's finished. But yeah, like you said, you're kind of getting back into it, trying to get that last milestone done, and same over here, just trying to set up my space and getting things organized and back on track. I haven't posted in a while on Instagram and stuff like that. Just trying to tie up some loose ends and get things back on the grind. So
speaking of parts and getting back on, let me say one thing here.
Yeah.
Anybody that's in the live right now, watching this live, if they have any Duplo bricks that they would like to offload for a decent price, please DM me on Instagram. I am at a stage right now where I need probably 200 of the 2x4 bricks and maybe 100 of the 2x2 bricks. Duplo.
Got it. For
any color.
Yeah, for supporting the terrain.
Yeah, I'm just basically supporting, because all that black back there continues all the way to the end of the castle. And then I've got the terrain that's going to match that coming out towards the front of the table. So I've still got a lot of Duplo that I'm going to need in there.
For sure.
And I don't know, for some reason on Bricklink, they're still pretty proud of their Duplo sales. Their Duplo bricks they've got for sale.
Huh.
Sometimes I can find them dirt cheap, and other times they're more expensive than the regular brick.
Yeah, if you have thrift stores, Goodwill type stuff, I don't know what's around, but I've seen bags.
Nothing is around me.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll keep an eye out then, because I've seen like big old bags of bricks for $5-10, stuff like that. So
man, that'd be awesome if I get a hold of something like that.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted if I see something.
Yeah,
people offload those a lot.
Painting with Jim. Yes, the Duplo is to raise up the land.
Yeah, a lot of people. That's
much sturdier.
That's how you're going to get the tall mountains and stuff in a lot of those display pieces at the conventions and stuff. A lot of people build it up inside with massive amounts of Duplos.
Well, I have to use a bunch because I mean the castle is sitting on, a cave system.
That's right.
So it's got to be supported, and I'm using as many bulk bricks as I can to hold up. There's a lot of weight. These things weigh. These sections of this castle, I mean, are like pushing 70, 80 pounds.
Yeah, I've built like smaller chunks, nothing even close to this size, and yeah, they get heavy. If you don't have a good solid build underneath to support that, it's not gonna work out. So yeah, you need those Duplo bricks to build that foundation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's about all we've got for the live.
Yeah, this was kind of just hey, I'm back in the house. So that's been fun. Just getting back on, and yeah, just kind of talking about. I guess it's mostly we were just kind of talking about the things that we noticed over the last few weeks while I was gone that popped up on Instagram.
I mean, yeah, there's some pretty exciting stuff out there, I mean, and it's kind of good because I was kind of losing, my go.
Sure.
Right now because there's absolute crap out. It's just crap.
Right. Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of crap. I don't want any of it.
Yeah, well, yeah, and what you find appealing, you've already picked up. So
yeah, I mean everything that I wanted, I already got. They showed me this red beard, but I can't get it because I don't live in Denmark.
Right.
Like
yeah.
So giving me the stiff right here. So I'm just gonna give them the stiff right back. So when they bring a set out worth buying, I'll buy it. Until then, I'll buy classics from people like Andrew Alford. You know.
Yeah, I've got a few things I got my eye on that are just old stuff, but haven't been purchasing much lately either. So obviously, I mean, I've been moving, so that's been a whole thing.
Yeah, true. Do you want to get into a specific theme or faction or what next week?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I didn't even think past today. I was like working, moving, doing my thing. Oh, we're jumping on. Let's do it.
Today is going to come.
Yeah, it's coming next week already. Coming up on no. We could do a poll. I could do it. We could do like we were doing for a while. If you want to do that, we could throw up a couple. I'm interested to jump back into some of those old classic themes again. So
yeah, we got to dig back in, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll throw a poll up on.
Well, why don't you do that? You put up a poll tomorrow.
Okay.
On Instagram, and if anybody wants to hear our thoughts on a specific topic or theme, then just vote.
Yeah.
And we will be in there next week with whatever the highest vote count gets. Yep. Right. We've got a couple that were pretty high on the list. I want to say around the last time that we did a poll, I want to say Mtron was on there. Atlantis was on there. We didn't talk about Aquazone.
We did Atlantis. We actually did.
We did Atlantis, yeah.
It was Explorians got really high on one of the polls.
Yeah.
But I know that there was a lot. We did a couple Castle ones. So Castle got a couple different factions were neck and neck. What was the last? Did we do Lion Knights last?
I think so.
Yeah. So, but it was right up there with like Forest Men and like Dragon Masters. I think I'd be down to talk about Dragon Masters. I'm gonna put Dragon Masters on the poll.
I'm gonna leave it up to you. You put you put up one with whatever you want on there, and I'll be down.
What I'll probably do, instead of keeping them in the same theme, I'll probably do 4 different themes, and we can decide which one from the vote. So yeah, sounds good, man.
Yeah. Well, we're getting some space comments in here.
People love space, dude. Spaces, dude. It's got the love, man.
You should see my table right now. I've got Blacktron stuff like scattered from one end to the other.
Yeah, no, I think you showed me a couple things you're working on. I love space. Space is huge for me too. So yeah, I get it, man. But
Jose is asking if we talk about Fabuland. Can you just like call this guy and just have a private conversation about Fabuland?
Who's this guy? That's that's for later exclusive content. You got to pay for that one.
That one, yeah. Jordan will do that. That's
there we go.
Favorites.
We'll bring in the other guy to talk about the factions we don't want to talk about.
Right. Well, good talk, Jason. It was fun. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad everything went smoothly as it could. I suppose.
As it can, yeah. It's
moving, and I look forward to talking to you again next week on a actual theme. I'm really kind of digging the Dragon Masters idea.
Yeah, they're definitely making the list. But if I throw a space one up there, man, they could be hard pressed to beat them. So we'll see.
All right. Well, put up Explorians, Mtron, and Dragon Masters.
And then I'll throw a surprise one in there.
And then a surprise one. And then whatever doesn't get picked for next week, we'll do the following week.
I won't put Fabulan on there because I know our audience is troll enough to just vote it. And then we have to talk about it.
God.
Okay, sounds good, man.
Moon is saying old gray versus light bluish gray.
I mean, we've had this combo 100 times.
I mean, we can fight about that for an hour if you like.
I'm an old gray a lover of old gray, so we got both sides of the table here.
Yeah,
healthy and balanced.
All right. Well, I hope to see everybody back next week. So we can dive into something fun.
Let's do it. And sounds good.
Hope everybody has a good week.
Yeah, have a good night. That's been another episode of Let's Talk About Lego. It was good to see you guys tonight. So thanks for joining.
Yeah, everybody, thanks for joining. Hope to see you guys next week. Jason, see you later, bud. Be good.
Yep, you too.